Okay.
We're making eating sound effects.
We're ready. Action.
I just felt it was time to do a new monster movie. There weren't any monster movies.
It's a special effects movie.
Working with the creatures are much more of a challenge.
Acting with the Gremlins is pretty much an actor's nightmare.
There's an awful lot of technology involved in the special effects, and that fascinates me.
A lot of technical things, almost stunt work.
The Gremlins are actually some of the better actors I've ever worked with.
This is a long picture. It's a lot of scheduling. And the worst thing I hate is the director making
He's complaining about the schedule again?
Gremlins was the most trying project of my entire life. Almost killed me.
All the sequences in Gremlins were difficult. Anytime there was a gremlin, it was difficult. There really wasn't at that time an infrastructure to make a film of that sort.
There weren't a lot of animatronics developed at all.
And so we did a lot of tests and basically winged it.
And a lot of what you'll see in the film was actually made up literally the day before. The first designs for the Mogwai, they look like furry little guys with big eyes and big ears. It was Steven Spielberg who said, well, let's change the colors and make them the same colors as my dogs.
That he would go for it, and he did. He approved the design. I have no idea what camera speeds to use. We tested these things with different camera speeds. Is it better if they're fast? Is it better if they're slow?
Of course, I had to explore it very quickly. Some were very simple mechanics, and then there were very, very elaborate puppets. What we called a super gremlin.
But we had, we wanted them to do more than they do in the movie. We wanted them to walk. We wanted them to do all these things. We made marionettes, and they just looked like what they were. They looked like marionettes.
Gizmo was another issue, though. The biggest problem with Gizmo was that he was very small to be fitting a lot of mechanics in. So we had to go to a scaled-up version, which allowed us to do a lot more. But we also changed faces within these same mechanisms.
And depending on what was called for, any number of different techniques would be used.
There are very specific rigs. The skateboard rig was specially built just for that one shot.
Here we have one of the simplest rigs we've had so far in the picture, and fortunately it's working out fine. We've got a gremlin racing around on a tricycle now.
One more. Too bad this set isn't built on an angle.
And so there was a tremendous amount of making things up as we went along.
Gremlins 2. Now, this is one of these movies they think is going to be a blockbuster, right?
It's really good.
Yeah.
It's much better than the first one.
Well, in the very beginning, I turned down Gremlins 2. I didn't want to just duplicate Chris Walas's designs.
And I said, well, let's come up with some other kinds of gremlins.
If I could redesign the Gremlins some and maybe make characters out of them, I would be much more willing to do that.
A series of Mogwai that were different than just Gizmo.
Kind of like a George and Lenny, like, big dumb one and a little mean one, and kind of a daffy one.
But now we had a technology to actually make them talk. There was a machine created called the Gilderfluke.
Just program the upper lip first, and then the lower lip and the tongue and the jaw, each in a separate pass.
And it makes the lips of the puppet move as if like an animated cartoon. And we were able to do things like make Gizmo walk, make Gizmo dance.
It was, the biggest film I'd ever done at that time. And that was also a little frightening to me, but turned out to be really fun.
I really don't know how many puppets we made.
I don't remember how many puppeteers we had.
Everybody got to be a puppeteer.
Everybody had a gremlin on each hand.
Helmets that you put on that had a gremlin on it.
We're doing this.
One guy could be 3 puppets.
There's so many stories about Gremlins. It really never ends.